Alright, let me show you a pretty slick framing option that I didn't cover in class. But say we've got our house and I want to put a little deck off this wall here. Maybe it'll be about 4 feet high. In that same menu in the Architect's Workspace under Framing, there's Create Joist from Polygon. So you can create a framing schematic with a worksheet by entering a couple of values. So let's say we want the top of the joist here to be at 4 feet. Spacing, I can set joist properties so I can choose what kind of joist it's going to be. I'll choose solid beam here. I can choose some attributes if I want to give it textures or fills for the 2D view and the 3D views. I can have it draw the perimeter framing members. I can give the elevation to the top of those. I can set the width and the height as well of those framing members. So if these are the rim joists, I'll have them be the same size. Same thing, I can choose the type, solid beam. I can choose what they're going to look like in 2D. I want them to be width. I can show label. So you can play around with some of these if you want to show hangers. Same thing, I can set the attributes if I want them to have a particular fill in 2D or texture in 3D. I'm going to go back to set joist. I have width. Alright, I'll draw my hangers there, just double checking. You can make some decisions about the condition of the joist at the perimeter. If the perimeter joists are going to be on the inside or the outside of the line on your polygon, and how you want to do the joinery. And again, just like the wall framing, this creates discrete pieces, so you can use this just to get going and then go back and edit whatever you need to work out for your framing. I click OK, and now I get this instruction telling me to pick any 2 points on screen to indicate the orientation of the joists. So I have my polygon selected, but I have to instruct the program which way the joists are going to run, if they're going to go perpendicular to the house or parallel to the house. So in this case, I'll just click perpendicular to the house, and there we go. We have our joists. We have our joist takeoff, which is pretty nice. And if we look at this in 3D, I can see that my joists are indeed at 4 feet. The rim joists are there. I must not have matched up my the height. Oh, I think these were 9.5. I think these are 2x10s, and I had 2x5s for the rim joist. So I can either go back and redo the framing, or I can just select the perimeter and I can change its height. So I can change this to 9.5 and increase its size. And so if I want to do that for all the rim joists, I can do this after the fact. I select them all and change the height to 9.5. And there I've edited my framing. So that's pretty slick, I think, considering that not only do you get the framing plan, but you get the count as well. So there you go. Again, that was in AEC, framing, joist from Polygon. And so here you just create the shape of the polygon. I'll change this to 5.5 so I don't have to go back and edit anything. And then in this case, maybe I want to have my framing run this way. So there's my framing. I can see I've got my little joist hangers, and I've got my framing schedule right here with sizes and count.